Welcome to the video. Before we begin, I suggest you subscribe to the channel, and we begin. Samantha had a tough childhood. She grew up in a low-income family in a rough neighborhood, and her parents struggled to make ends meet. Despite the challenges, Samantha was a bright and driven child. She excelled in school and dreamed of a better life for herself. But her dreams were put on hold when she became pregnant at the age of 19. The father of her child was a handsome blond man named David, who seemed charming and kind at first. However, as soon as Samantha gave birth to their son, things changed. David became distant and cold towards Samantha and their child. He started staying out late, drinking heavily, and even became physically abusive towards her. Samantha tried to make things work, but it was clear that David had checked out of their relationship. Finally, one day, David kicked Samantha and their son out of the house, leaving them with nothing but the clothes on their backs. Samantha was devastated, but she refused to give up. She knew that she had to provide for her son and give him the life he deserved. Samantha worked tirelessly, taking on multiple jobs and doing whatever it took to make ends meet. She raised her son with love and dedication, always putting his needs first. Her son, who was swarthy like his mother, grew up to be a bright and kind young man. He excelled in school, just like his mother did, and dreamed of a better life for himself as well. As her son got older, Samantha's hard work paid off. She was able to save up enough money to buy a small house and provide a stable home for her family. Her son graduated from high school with honors and went on to attend a prestigious university. Years went by, and Samantha watched with pride as her son became a successful businessman, married a beautiful woman, and started a family of his own. Despite all the challenges they had faced, Samantha felt grateful for everything they had overcome. One day, Samantha received an unexpected phone call. It was David, her ex-husband, who had fallen on hard times. He begged Samantha for forgiveness, admitting that he had been wrong to treat her and their son so poorly. Samantha listened quietly, remembering all the pain and hardship that David had caused her. But as she hung up the phone, she realized something surprising. She didn't feel angry or resentful towards David anymore. She had moved on and found happiness in her own life. Samantha thought about her son and the wonderful life they had built together. She knew that her son was a testament to her strength and resilience, and she felt proud of the life they had created. As she sat back and reflected on her journey, Samantha realized that she had no regrets. Everything had led her to where she was today, and she was grateful for it all. With a newfound sense of closure and peace, Samantha decided to reach out to her son. She hadn't spoken to him in a few weeks, as he had been busy with work and his own family. She missed him dearly and wanted to catch up. As they talked on the phone, Samantha felt a sense of joy wash over her. Her son was happy and fulfilled, and she could hear the love in his voice as he talked about his wife and children. It was a reminder that despite all the challenges they had faced, they had come out the other side stronger and happier. As they said their goodbyes, Samantha felt a sense of contentment wash over her. She had built a life for herself and her family that was filled with love and joy. Her son was proof of that. She realized that despite all the pain and heartache that had come before, she had found a way to rise above it all and create a better life. Samantha's unexpected ending to her story was not one of revenge or regret, but rather one of acceptance and happiness. She had come out on the other side of her struggles stronger and more resilient than ever before, and she was grateful for all the experiences that had led her to where she was today. In the days that followed, Samantha found herself reflecting on her past and the lessons she had learned. She realized that her experiences had taught her the importance of resilience, hard work, and most importantly, the power of love. Samantha had faced many challenges in her life, but through it all, she had never given up. She had always found a way to keep going, even when things seemed impossible, and now she could see the rewards of her hard work and perseverance. As she looked back on her journey, Samantha felt a sense of gratitude wash over her. She was grateful for the people who had supported her along the way, and for the opportunities that had come her way. Most of all, she was grateful for her son, who had brought so much joy and meaning to her life. Samantha realized that her unexpected ending was not just a happy one, but one that was filled with hope and possibility. She knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she had the strength and resilience to overcome them. And with her son by her side, she knew that anything was possible. With a renewed sense of purpose, Samantha decided to use her experiences to help others. She knew that there were many people out there who were struggling, just like she had been. She wanted to give back and make a difference in the world. Samantha started volunteering at a local shelter, where she helped other women who were going through difficult times. She listened to their stories and offered them hope and encouragement. She shared her own experiences with them, and showed them that it was possible to overcome even the most challenging circumstances. As Samantha worked with these women, she realized that her experiences had given her a unique perspective on life. She had learned to appreciate the little things, to be grateful for what she had, and to never give up on her dreams. She wanted to share these lessons with others and help them see that they too could create a better life for themselves. In time, Samantha's work at the shelter led her to start her own nonprofit organization, dedicated to helping women who had been through similar struggles. She used her own experiences to inspire others and help them find the strength and resilience they needed to overcome their own challenges. As Samantha looked back on her life, she realized that her unexpected ending had been the result of her own determination and perseverance. She had never given up on herself or her dreams, even when things seemed impossible, and now she was able to use her experiences to make a positive difference in the world. Samantha's story was not just one of resilience and hope, but of the power of love and the human spirit. She had faced many challenges in her life, but through it all, she had never lost sight of what was important. And now she was able to use her experiences to inspire others and make a difference in the world. As Samantha's nonprofit organization grew, it gained national attention for its impactful work. She became a renowned speaker, sharing her story and inspiring others to overcome their own struggles. She traveled the world, sharing her message of hope and resilience with thousands of people. Throughout her journey, Samantha never forgot where she came from. She remained grounded and humble, always remembering the struggles that had shaped her into the person she had become. She continued to volunteer at the shelter that had given her a start, and she mentored young women who were just beginning their own journeys. Samantha's unexpected ending had turned out to be the beginning of a new chapter in her life. She had used her experiences to create a better life for herself and others, and in doing so, she had found her true purpose in life. As she looked back on her journey, Samantha knew that the road ahead would not be easy. There would be new challenges and obstacles to overcome, but she was ready for them. She had the strength, resilience, and love to face anything that came her way. Samantha's unexpected ending had taught her that life was not always fair, and that there would be challenges and struggles. But she had also learned that with perseverance, hope, and the power of love, anything was possible. Years passed, and Samantha's nonprofit organization continued to thrive. It had become a beacon of hope for women all over the world, helping them to overcome their own struggles and find their own sense of purpose. Samantha's message of hope and resilience had touched the hearts of thousands, and her story had become an inspiration to many. As Samantha looked back on her life, she knew that her unexpected ending had been the beginning of a new journey. She had learned to embrace the challenges that came her way, and to use them as opportunities for growth and transformation. And in doing so, she had created a life that was filled with love, purpose, and meaning. But Samantha also knew that there was still work to be done. There were still many women out there who needed help and support, and she was determined to reach as many of them as she could. She continued to travel the world, speaking at conferences and events, and sharing her message of hope and resilience with all who would listen. And as she looked out at the crowds of people who had come to hear her speak, Samantha felt a sense of pride and joy wash over her. She knew that her unexpected ending had been just the beginning, and that there was still so much more that she could do to make a difference in the world. Samantha's unexpected ending had taught her that life was not always easy, but that it was always worth fighting for. She had learned to embrace the challenges that came her way, and to use them as opportunities for growth and transformation. And in doing so, she had created a life that was filled with love, purpose, and meaning. As Samantha continued her work with her nonprofit organization, she encountered a young woman who reminded her of herself. The woman was lost and struggling, having faced numerous challenges and setbacks in her life. Samantha recognized herself in the woman's eyes and knew that she could help her find her way. Samantha took the young woman under her wing, and together they worked to overcome the challenges that had held her back for so long. Samantha shared her own experiences with the young woman and showed her that it was possible to overcome even the most difficult circumstances. As the young woman began to heal and grow, Samantha felt a deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. She knew that she had made a difference in the young woman's life, just as others had made a difference in her own. But then, something unexpected happened. The young woman approached Samantha with a request that caught her off guard. She wanted to join Samantha's organization and help others in the same way that Samantha had helped her. Samantha was initially hesitant, worried that the young woman might not be ready for such a responsibility. But then she realized that this was the same kind of opportunity that had changed her own life so many years ago. She agreed to take the young woman on, and watched as she blossomed into a powerful force for good in the world. And as Samantha looked at the young woman, she knew that her unexpected ending had come full circle. She had gone from being the lost and struggling young woman to the wise mentor who was changing lives for the better. It was a journey that had been long and challenging, but one that had been more than worth it. And as Samantha looked to the future, she knew that there were still more unexpected endings waiting for her, and that she was ready for whatever came her way. Years passed, and Samantha's nonprofit organization continued to grow and thrive. The young woman that Samantha had mentored had become a trusted ally and friend, and together they had helped countless women find their own sense of purpose and meaning. As Samantha reflected on her life, she realized that her unexpected ending had become the defining moment of her journey. It had been the catalyst that had set her on a path of discovery and growth, and had led her to a life that was filled with love, joy, and fulfillment. But there was one thing that still eluded Samantha: a sense of closure with her ex-husband. She had never heard from him since the day he had kicked her out, and had always wondered what had become of him. One day, Samantha received an unexpected phone call from an unknown number. She answered the phone and was surprised to hear her ex-husband's voice on the other end. He apologized for the way he had treated her all those years ago and expressed regret for his actions. He had been struggling with his own issues at the time and had taken his frustrations out on Samantha. Samantha listened to him speak, feeling a mix of emotions. She had longed for closure for so many years, but now that it was within reach, she wasn't sure what to do. In the end, Samantha decided to forgive her ex-husband. She realized that holding on to anger and resentment was only hurting herself, and that forgiveness was the only way to truly move on. And so, Samantha's unexpected ending had come full circle once again. She had gone from being the victim of her ex-husband's cruelty to finding the strength to forgive him and move on with her life. It was a journey that had been long and difficult, but one that had ultimately led her to a place of healing and peace. As she hung up the phone, Samantha knew that her unexpected ending had taught her many valuable lessons about resilience, forgiveness, and the power of love. And as she looked to the future, she was excited to see what other unexpected endings lay ahead, knowing that she was ready for whatever came her way. In the years that followed, Samantha's nonprofit organization continued to thrive, and she found joy in mentoring and helping women who had faced challenges similar to her own. She had learned that her own struggles could be a source of strength for others, and she was grateful for the opportunity to make a positive difference in their lives. Samantha's unexpected ending had taught her many valuable lessons, and she had grown into a wise and compassionate leader. She had found love again, too, with a man who respected and admired her for all that she had overcome. One day, as Samantha was preparing to speak at a conference about her organization's work, she was approached by a woman who looked vaguely familiar. The woman introduced herself, and Samantha realized with a start that she was the daughter that she had given up for adoption all those years ago. Tears welled up in Samantha's eyes as she hugged her daughter, feeling a sense of joy and wonder that she had never known before. They spent the afternoon talking, and Samantha learned that her daughter had grown up to be a successful and kind-hearted woman. As Samantha looked at her daughter, she knew that her unexpected ending had come full circle once again. She had gone from being a young woman struggling to make ends meet to a wise and compassionate leader, and now to a mother reunited with the daughter she had thought she would never see again. It was a moment of joy and fulfillment that Samantha would never forget, and it reminded her that unexpected endings could bring blessings as well as challenges. And as she looked to the future, she knew that there were still more unexpected endings waiting for her, but she was ready for whatever came her way, knowing that she had the strength and resilience to face whatever challenges lay ahead.